Meeting to order. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, everybody, welcome to our August 2024 Board of Ed meeting. Before I give a very brief president's report, I'd like to welcome to the table Jill Post, who is now the Assistant Superintendent of Pupil Personnel. So welcome, Jill. Nice to have you here. So since our July meeting, the district has been working diligently to prepare for the 2024-2025 school year. We as a board had our board retreat early last month in which we outlined our goals. Now, some of the goals were similar to the goals that we've had in the past, but there have been some slight variations to those goals. And they were based on just what we've noticed over the last couple of years in the district, and there were some goals that we possibly were able to fine-tune. So we've identified some 5 overarching goals with various subsets, such as staff, academics, analysis, safety and security, and communications. Also, earlier in this evening, we just had a joint meeting with the administrative staff so that we can all try to plan on working together cohesively and going forward, aligning all our goals with the district to help better the Eastchester School District and the education of our children. And with that said, with that brief report, I'm turning over the mic to Dr. Valenti.
Okay, thank you very much. Let me do my report at that end of town. It's okay. Okay. Good evening, everybody, members of the board, administrators. Our agenda tonight, as it has in the past, always begins with recognition of exemplary service. And tonight we would like to remind everyone that our tech team rose to the occasion recently in a very unique, significant manner, a manner that deserves honorable mention and a certificate to each of them. I think you're all aware of the technology problem that occurred globally 2 weeks ago. Computers were down not only nationally but throughout the globe. And right here in Eastchester, we had a full impact of all computers being down. Down meaning that no one administrator sitting at his or her desk was able to bring that computer back to life again. We had to call upon a team of technology folk who had to spread throughout the district to every desk and literally, by hand, recoup each of the computers. We thought that was fantastic service to keep the district running, to keep us communicating, while many other districts did not have the technology staff either available or competent to do it. So on that note, Robert Jacoby, Robert, would you join me up here as the Director of Technology? Did you want to add any color to the CrowdStrike crisis?
Good evening, everyone. These 5 individuals make up our technical arm of the technology department, and what some news articles would call the largest IT outage in history, and that's a direct quote. Basically, all that happened was a security vendor that many people use named CrowdStrike sent out an update to all computers, and as soon as that update made it to the computer, it corrupted the entire computer. So by hand, these people like Dr. Valenti said, had to basically reset up every single computer. So for us, that was upwards of 50 just in that one day. So they deserve, and this is in the midst of a classroom technology project that's very vast. So they deserve the recognition.
Okay, thank you. So stay here. Yep. Sorry. Yep. So we always follow alphabetical order because we are a school district. And we will call up the individuals in alphabetical order and give them the certificate of excellence. What it says, this certifies, and this certificate is awarded to the name for recognition of exemplary service to the Eastchester Union Free School District, signed by the Board of Education President and by the Superintendent of Schools. So let's first call up Eder Alcala. Eder? Stay here with your certificates. We next would like to call up alphabetically Luis Lopez. Luis? Now, Luis is not just receiving the certificate, he also is getting a promotion. Am I right tonight?
Yeah.
Do you want to say a word about that?
So Luis is the most veteran member of the technology department, one of the most veteran members of any staff member in the district. How many years, Luis? 20, 23. I thought it was 23. And so tonight, Luis is getting a promotion to be our network administrator, to oversee the technical lens. And he was part of building the infrastructure in the district and is about to embark with us on renovating it all. So it's a very well-earned promotion for Luis.
The next individual, Greg Slawecki. Can't be here tonight, right? Well, I'll give you his stuff. Thank you. Paul Santoro. Oh, you can hold on to it. And Joe Vitale. Joe, come on up. Joe, congratulations. Thank you very much. Good. Why don't we take a photo up front here, gentlemen? Yeah. Yeah, give ourselves a little bit of, how's that? Is that good? Thank you, Michael. Another round of applause. Do you want to introduce any members of your family?
No, it's just my wife and my son.
Well, introduce them, yeah.
Absolutely.
I mean, as a 25-year almost veteran, you know, you have certain prerogatives. Go ahead.
Thank you, thank you. Well, today my wife and my two children are with me. They're very excited to be here, and Emmy is actually a senior here at Eastchester High School. It's been 3 years. Excellent. We are very happy, very pleased, and very thankful with absolutely everybody in general. So we're pleased to be here and very thankful for this recognition as well. Thank you very much.
Okay. Next, we'd like to honor an administrative appointment that is slated for tonight. At the Ann Hutchison School, the assistant principal. This will actually finalize all of the appointments of the vacancies at the building and district level that we had going back to the spring. And so I would like to call to the podium both our principal at Ann Hutch, Laura, and our new assistant principal, Elena Parisi. Elena, please.
Thank you, Dr. Valenti, Ms. Messina, Board of Education, and community. I'm thrilled to introduce our newest addition to our elementary leadership team, Ms. Eleni Parisi, who will be joining us as the assistant principal at Ann Hutchinson School. This search was a long and complicated process. However, I'm so grateful to have found Eleni. When I learned about her experience and wealth of knowledge, particularly in the field of special education, I knew she would be an asset to the Ann Hutch School and community. Eleni most recently served as the principal of Pines Bridge School in Putnam, Northern Westchester BOCES. For those of you who may not know the school, it serves students between the ages of 5 and 21 who have multiple disabilities. Prior to this, Eleni served as an assistant principal at PS 596 in the Bronx for 7 years. After meeting Eleni and talking with Eleni, it was evident that she is a true advocate for students, and she really believes in a supportive and inclusive learning environment for all. Together, I am confident that we will be a dynamic team, and we will ensure that all the children receive the best possible education. I'm fortunate to have Eleni on our team. I'm excited about our work together this year, and I can't say enough about her. So please join me in giving a warm welcome to Miss Eleni Parisi.
Thank you to Dr. Valenti, Ms. Messina, Ms. Cappiello, and to the members of the board for entrusting me to serve as the assistant principal for the Ann Hutchinson School. It is an honor and a privilege to join the Eastchester School District. As both a special education teacher and school administrator, it is my mission to lead based on my own strongly held principles. I believe in educating the whole child through a challenging academic program and supportive social skills framework. I'm excited to join a school district as distinguished as Eastchester, and I'm looking forward to leveraging my special education background with my administrative experience. Under Ms. Cappiello's leadership, we will remain dedicated to Ann Hutchinson's robust educational program and are hoping to provide even more opportunities to ensure all our students exceed your expectations. I have already started collaborating with the elementary administrators, and I immediately noticed the strong relationship among the buildings. And I'm appreciative of their encouragement and guidance as I begin to learn the culture and intricacies of the district. I'm eager to get to know and work with the extraordinary Ann Hutchinson staff and to partner with our families as we welcome students back to school in just a few short weeks. I am committed to our students, and I'm confident we will see that our second graders enter a warm and nurturing school filled with challenging opportunities, creative programming, and essential supports that will ensure our fifth graders leave with the academic, social, and critical thinking skills necessary to be successful as they enter middle school, a crucial time in their educational journey. I thank you again for this opportunity, and I'm eager to join this exceptional team.
Thank you, Michael. Another round of applause. Yes, I have to introduce her, yeah. Let's stick with personnel for a while. We're very happy that one of the appointments for tonight, Chandra, is with us. She made it through the weather, the rain, and so forth. And we're delighted to have you here, Chandra. How was the trip down? Come on up. We lost our treasurer, Gina Lanza, about a month and a half ago, maybe. And one of the candidates, Chandra, just outshone every other candidate who applied. She brings a tremendous amount of business acumen, a storied background, working with a number of school districts at multiple levels, currently pursuing and hopefully will be achieving shortly literally the equivalent of being an assistant superintendent for business. That is your goal, correct?
Yes, it is.
So we're really honored to have you with us tonight. And we don't have a slide for you. I apologize. But why don't you say a few words about being our new treasurer, please?
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Valente. I really wasn't prepared to speak tonight, so I didn't prepare a speech for you. But I just want to thank Mrs. Messina, Dr. Valente, Louise Lynch. I look forward to joining Eastchester's team and working with Louise and building an amazing business office. So thank you.
I want to explain a little bit about the position of the district treasurer since we have this opportunity. There are certain appointments that are made directly by the Board of Education. Lori, right here, is the district clerk appointed by the board. So Chandra is an appointee of the board, and to that degree reports to some degree directly to the board in terms of the revenue we collect each year, or each month, I should say, the appropriation status report, as well as expenditures. So a lot of the work that the treasurer does is very crucial, not just for information the board needs in their capacity as fiduciaries for the community, but also the work that she does on behalf of ensuring, together with the business office, that everybody is watching their pennies as we spend them carefully and efficiently, right? So the role of the treasurer is a very unique and a very special one, okay? So Louise, why don't you come and join us? Would you like to say a few words? You bring some history with Chandra, please.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah.
So I would just say, you know, I think I've shared this. We had about a dozen applicants of varying degrees of experience, and we had 3 sitting treasurers. And I just want to brag a little bit because I think Eastchester is really fortunate to have attracted a candidate like Shonda. So Shonda and I worked together maybe for about a year, over a dozen years ago, and she was the payroll supervisor, very involved in benefits, and under our short period of time working together, this was in Highland School District in Ulster County, we were able to bring in timepiece and a lot of automated systems that really I think Eastchester can benefit from. And I'll just say a couple of words because I don't want to be too lengthy here, but a couple of the things that Shonda did that really stood out to me is in her role as payroll supervisor in another district, she opened a Facebook page to help all school districts in the state of New York with Envision or WinCap, you know, user issues. And periodically it comes across my Facebook page and I see she's helping people across the street. You know, I mean, that's something that shows her volunteerism and her ability to connect with all sorts of people and really want to bring out the best in everyone. And I guess I'll just say one more thing. I think that when I've worked with her, I see that she inspires other people to be the best version of themselves. She maybe cross-trains them or teaches them a new skill or it advances something, you know, some way of cognitive thinking that maybe they haven't thought about. So I'm looking forward to working with her again, and I think that she'll bring a lot to Eastchester. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Again, congratulations.
Thank you very
Welcome
much.
aboard.
Thank you, Sean.
Thank you.
See you soon.
And Jeanette Messina, who keeps me honest on all the personnel who are here tonight. Jeanette, come on up for a second. I'm told we have a teacher in the audience who decided to join us. Would you like to introduce her?
So
So we have with us tonight Alexis Vaca. She's joining us as an elementary education teacher. She's here with her mom, so we'd like to invite her to come on up. So Alexis will be assigned to work at, is it the Ann Hutchinson School? Waverly, my apologies. I'm sorry, I don't have my cheat sheet with me today, but just
Okay. Hi, Alexis. Yeah, welcome aboard. Thank you. You'll be at K or 1?
First grade.
First grade. Okay. Why don't you say a few words to the community?
Hi, everyone. Well, I just want to say thank you all for welcoming me into your district, and I just really look forward to being a part of a community like this. So thank you.
Say a word or two about your background. Come on.
So I have a background in, again, first grade. I worked at first grade in Pecanico Hills last year. And I'm just really excited to bring all the programs and the literacy experience and curriculum that I learned from Pecanico into East Chester.
Okay, very good. Thank you. Step aside. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Michael. Good, thank you for coming tonight. Good. Congratulations, Mom. Thank you for doing that. Okay. Parent Square. Robert, do you want to do the honors on this? Sure. You spent a lot of time putting this together, and just walk us through what you'd like the community to know.
Sure. Hi again. So Parent Square, if you haven't heard enough, I was accused of plastering email about it. Parent Square is our unified communications platform. And I think this is important because the goal that we had, and we spent many months planning this, is that if the community wants to communicate with the school, they have one answer, Parent Square. As you see it rolled out in September, there's going to be a lot of abilities that we don't see today, like messaging your teachers and teachers messaging home. I think the two messages to the community that I want to keep reiterating is the invitations that we sent out. It's really important to do two things. Accept the invitation to set up your account and to install the app on your phone. If you do that, your experience is going to be excellent. If you don't do that, there are some small limitations. If you do not want to do that, you'll still get all the messages. But when you start seeing the abilities of Parent Square, the app is really key. That includes signing permission slips, filling out volunteer forms, different things straight back and forth to the school. It takes it out of the email. It takes it out of spam. You no longer have to look up a teacher's email address, and a teacher no longer has to look up a parent's email address. So it's all in one place for messaging. You'll see a lot of collaboration happening. So we're doing it step by step. Step one was replacing School Messenger with mass notifications. Step two is two-way communication. So keep an eye out in September. Parents, if you need any help at all, please email our tech help desk. We view these emails literally every day. We want everybody to have a great experience. Everything has tiny little bumps, but what I could tell you is we're committed to helping everybody that needs it. Thanks.
Thank you. So the last personnel announcement tonight is that we have a new Assistant Superintendent for Pupil Personnel Services, Jill Post. Let's give her a big round of applause. This was no easy task, filling the very large shoes of Dr. Greg Stowell. We had, as usual, our intergalactic search, and it narrowed down to a few extremely good finalists. One in particular, who was the sitting Assistant Superintendent for Pupil Personnel Services in the Arlington School District. Now, that's an 8,000 pupil school district. So when my committee reviewed that resume, they said, wow, that's twice the size of Eastchester, more than twice the size. If Jill came down here, it'd be a cakewalk. So I said, let me tell you what I know about Jill. She and I worked together in Greenberg. We had the pleasure of hiring her several years ago when Tahira Chase was superintendent, and we brought Jill in from New York City, District 75. And I think everyone in the room knows that District 75 is really the ultimate district for students with special needs in the city of New York. And Jill had done some tremendous work there at multiple levels of staff development and leadership, et cetera. So Greenberg was the winner at the time, and then she did the right thing. She migrated to an assistant superintendency. So we're really very delighted that we've filled that position as quickly and I think effectively as we could have as a district. And so let me ask Jill, would you come up, please, and say a few words about what some of your goals are and your delight in being here in the community. Jill Post.
Well, thank you all again for appointing me and welcoming me. It's been a really nice 2 days since I've started. I've been trying to get out to the buildings and see some of the principals. I got into ESY this afternoon, and I met with the assistant directors there, and I saw some kids. Yay, that's the best part, is seeing the kids. You know, I know they're ending this week, but I got to meet a lot of the staff there and thank them for all their hard work, because working in the summer to do extended school year for students with severe disabilities is a job that I have done. And it is hard, and it is awesome. And, you know, just finding the right people to work with students who, you know, have so many challenges all year, but then in addition who, you know, volunteer to work in the summer, you know, those are special people. So I saw them today, and I just, you know, I hope I got to thank all of them. I think I met almost everybody there, but I'm really looking forward to just doing more great work. I'm happy that Eleni is here. She and I have worked together before in District 75, as well as, you know, and I had students over at Pines Bridge when I was in Arlington. So we've had a lot of years together that we know one another, which is lovely. So it feels like a little bit of home, you know, when you know some people from some different places. Leaving the city after 30 years was really, really hard for me. So, you know, yes, District 75 is amazing. We had 25,000 students, 60 organizations, 360 off-sites. I had 11,000 students with autism alone under my direction in my office, just over those 5 boroughs. You know, so coming to different sized places and learning different things and being able to be in a place like this where, you know, everybody's so committed and everybody really wants and knows every student's name, you know, with the assistant directors, and it's every student by name and they know everything about the students. So I can't wait to just, you know, get to know the families better. And you can all reach out to me, moms, dads, of all the students. As I said the other time I was here, I am in charge of, you know, pupil personnel. That is all students. It's not just students with disabilities. All students are under my purview. So any student experience that you're having issues with, or you want to just say, hey, that's great, or could we do more of this and let's partner on it, I want to hear from people. You know, I'll come to PTA meetings and be present. So, but don't be afraid to reach out to me. I'm in the office. Thank you.
Okay, that concludes the superintendent's report.
Okay, so now we are at the consent agenda, but the first order of business before voting on the consent agenda is removing item 1011, which is the agreement with WCJS from the consent agenda for further board discussion and community input. So in order to remove, I need a motion. Do I have a motion to remove from the consent agenda? Sean, do I have a second? Rob, all in favor? Okay. So that is removed, and now do I have a motion for the approval of the items under the consent agenda? Jackie?
Be it resolved that the Board of Education approve the consent agenda, which includes the following: 6 minutes, 7 personnel agenda, 8 Committee on Special Education recommendations, 9 pupil personnel recommendations, 10 educational and curriculum and instruction, 11 business office recommendations, 12 other business items.
Great. Do I have a second? Chrissy? All in favor? Thank you. Okay. So, okay. So our future meeting dates, our next regular meeting will be on September 10th, followed by a work session on the 24th and a regular meeting on October 8th. And we are now at the comments from the public. As we've all discussed in the past, please keep your comments to 3 minutes, be professional, and in total, we're looking at 30 minutes. Any comments? Come to the podium, state your name.
Hello, my name is Lynn Hewitt, and I have an upcoming Greenvale second grader and Kay at Waverly. So I have a question about orientation, actually, for the board. I noticed today on the school calendar that they're at the exact same times for Ann Hutch, Greenvale, and Waverly on the 3rd. And usually you guys try to schedule things at different times, like parent-teacher nights, back-to-school nights, so parents can be involved. Wanted to know, is that accurate, that they're going to be at the same times? Because it's only on the school calendars, not the board.
Let me make sure the microphone is working. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Yes, all 3 schools will be having their orientation at the same time on the first superintendent's conference day. I believe it's 2:30 to 3:30. There might be some slight differential, Laura, with Waverly having it slightly earlier, if I'm not mistaken. And then I believe Ann Hutch and Greenvale are in that 2:30 to 3:30 slot. This is something contractual that it must occur within the teacher's workday. And we wanted to be sure that we were treating all teachers and all families in an equitable way. So we decided to use that chunk of time on the September 3rd Superintendent's Conference Day in the afternoon. I don't know, are you a Waverly parent as well, or?
Yes, so I and a bunch of other parents were talking at the pool today when we realized this. We're going to have to choose between our kids whose orientation we go to.
Right, so have you heard from Waverly as to what their time slot is?
No, this is all from looking at the calendars. It's Waverly's is 1:30, and then my other one's Greenvale, 2 to 3. There's no way to be at Greenvale and Waverly at the same time. And
No,
I'm not the-
bilocation is a special gift that we don't necessarily share in. You're correct. Well, all I can say is that we know that there's a conflict. We have to remain within our contractual obligations. We might be able to work out some slight changes in the afternoon to run Waverly even earlier to allow folks like yourself, you know, as a parent, to get over to either Ann Hutch or Greenvale. So tomorrow I'll get a hold of Caitlin, talk to her about what flexibility she may have that afternoon. It is the conference day, so there is flexibility as to what we do assign. So let's see if we could work it out in a reasonable way. Because this has been quite a challenge, quite frankly. And, you know, we've tried to work very hard to be consistent amongst and between the schools. Different schools were doing it at different parts of the day and different days. And quite frankly, teachers were becoming a little bit frantic in terms of being parents themselves. And so we decided to do it within the boundaries of the school day when a teacher was expected to be employed. So we certainly have flexibility, maybe moving Waverly earlier so that it would give a parent, I don't know how many there might be, maybe a handful, but it doesn't make any difference, a chance to get over to either Greenvale or Ann Hutch. Sure.
I think, Dr. Valenti, if I could just, and I know from that perspective, there's actually some board members up here. I'm one of them that have the same challenge. So I think to Dr. Valenti's point, the administration will take a look. I mean, I would suspect it probably has an impact on a large number, specifically because of the age difference going into kindergarten and second grade. So as Dr. Valenti said, we'll take a look at that.
That would be great. And the only other thing I would ask, because as you guys are probably in the same situation, parents are
Right.
going to take off work for it. So one day is fantastic, just
Yeah.
different times with enough time to
But-
get
but
across
do
town,
this,
30
right.
minutes between. Yeah.
Right, and I think it's important to know, and that's why I'm so happy you raised the issue, that in fairness, you want to do it within the school day, as I said earlier, because I don't want a situation where you say to teachers, would you like to volunteer beyond the scope of the school day for any level of registration, kindergarten, second grade, et cetera? That puts a teacher in an awkward position, okay? And if a particular teacher can't volunteer, then that makes it even more awkward from a parent's perspective. So using our conference day as the smartest device, it's just a matter of opening up the time limits, so that we could do that.
That'd be great. And
All right.
when you let parents know, because I know some are going to try to take off work and put in for that.
So I will talk with Caitlin tomorrow. What time are you scheduled for, Laura?
2 o'clock.
Yours starts from 2 to 3.
Correct. The day ends at 3 for teachers.
Correct. And Joanna, do you know offhand?
2
2
to 3.
to 3. So if Caitlin did it from 12:30 to 1:30, that would give a reasonable period of time?
I think that would be fantastic, and parents just want to know so they can put that time in if
All
they're
right.
planning on taking off.
Right. Well, I don't have the agenda of the conference day in front of me, but I'm saying that would seem to be a realistic time slot for a parent. So I'll get a hold of Caitlin, or I'll text her tonight, and we'll have a conversation tomorrow.
Thank you so much.
Okay, good, thank you.
Any other comments? Okay, do I have a motion to adjourn? Rob? Sean? Oh, it's okay. All in favor? All right, motion's adjourned. Have a good night, everyone.
Okay, very good. Nicely done. Oh, really?
Some of my friends are texting me.
Oh, really?
What do you take?
I take the